In this video, guys, we're going to take a look at the Masters 2 training. This is going to be our green stripe 3, and in this particular video, we're going to be working on some clinch drills and some hip throws. So Master Williams here and Mr. Filippo helping me out with this technique. So let's get started with the clinch drill, right? So the clinch drill is if you've gotten in close with an opponent and being able to control. So here's the premise. If both of my arms get underneath, right, I win. So if I can get both of my arms underneath my opponent, I win, right? So doing that, I want to put one arm underneath. He's going to put one arm underneath. I'm going to grab his arm right here at that elbow level, just like what we did for spear hand throw in the prior training session, and then I'm going to control him. Now, I'm going to use my shoulder, make some space, and try to get my arm underneath. While I'm doing that, he's doing the same thing on the other side, and we essentially switch positions. So if you see, we switched, right? So if I'm here, we switch. See? So if you see us, we might move around a little bit. I'm making pressure. I'm trying not to let him get his arm in. And we're switching positions. Right? Again, switching positions. And again, controlling that opponent, switching positions. Okay? So that is our swim drill. So that's where you're going to start off, is making sure that you can do a swim drill. Now from the swim drill, we're going to work on a couple of techniques. Now I want you to look at something here. If I've gotten to the swim drill, you might recognize a technique from the basic class where I can step up, hook the leg, right? So our attack of the giant, right? Our leg hook takedown, that is there. It exists right there because you're in the same position in a clinch. We're going to take a look at the hip throws, which would be something that's a little bit more advanced, right? So there's a couple of hip throws that are really nice from this position. If I'm in this clinch position here, right? If I wanted to do a belt throw, all I got to do is reach over and grab his belt, step in front of him, and then I can lift him up. My hip wants to get across to where his hip is. It's important. So if you look at it from the front angle, if I stop here, it's not going to work. I've got to get all the way across. Another important thing is if I go really wide, I'm not going to be able to do it either. I need to keep my feet about the same width as my shoulders. So from the side angle, I've gotten into position here. Pull him close to you, and then I'm actually going to stick my hips out and back up into him. So you can see I've lifted him up. For practice and being nice, we're going to set him down softly and to the side. So I'm going to roll him off with my hip. This is our hip throw, what we call a belt throw to remember because we're grabbing the belt. So I'm in that clinch position again. Right, turn this way so we can see from there. Here's the position. I step in front, pick him up, set him down gently. That's our hip throw. Okay? So that's one of the throws that you can do there. The other thing that happens is, here I am, I'm trying to get the belt, he's not letting me have it, right? I can take my arm that's on this back side. See it? Get my arm back. Grab the head. Same throw, but with holding onto the head, see? And be able to pick him up. So if I'm here, I'm going to get my arm back, then grab the head coming back in. Another way to get a hold of that head is to take this hand and go across the head. So let's turn this way. Because this hand is on top, I'm going to reach across the top of the head, and then I'm going to grab under this arm like so. And now I've got the headlock, right? Either way is great. But the headlock throw, you're doing the same thing that you did with the hip throw, right? Let's go this way for a second. See in front of me. I want you to look at, I'm just in front of him. Where my hip is at is going right to his knee here. So whether I'm holding onto the head or around the waist for the belt throw, it's the same position to be able to pick him up, right? So if I go here, now from the headlock throw, you have another option of taking the knee that's close to the head and just dropping to your knee and turning. You'll essentially get the same throw, and you're doing just a slight variation of it. Now the requirement for the actual stripe is that you can demonstrate the clinch drill and the two throws. You need to just be able to show us both the belt throw and the headlock throw. And then the clinch drill is a way to be able to put it in combat. So you want to be able to do it with some resistance and with an opponent and try to kind of work out all the kinks with it. So, anything?
Sometimes students don't think about the belt throw and the hip throw the same. So sometimes you may hear different names from the instructors. Don't be confused, they're the same.
Yeah, it's the same kind of setup. It's a hip throw. So you're being able to just use your hips to be able to lift the opponent and take them out. So, good.